Hey everybody, we've got a BenQ W1070 here. It was sent in by a viewer who was trying to get it up and running. They thought it had a color wheel issue and a lamp issue, and that didn't seem to solve things. There was a power situation, possibly a surge at one point, but they weren't quite sure where to go with it, so they shipped it up to me. This is the old color wheel. I may put that back in, but I did want to look at it and see if this was the culprit, the original culprit. Pick this up without touching the glass. Just gonna hold it here. Yeah, see, this feels okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with this wheel. In fact, so it doesn't get any extra prints on it. I'm gonna wrap it up in a Kim wipe here. And we'll put it back in its bag. So I think the old color wheel is probably all right, and there's something else going on. We're going to check the lamp, check the power supply, and check the fans. So first thing we're going to do is check the lamp. The lamp comes out by taking out the screw over here. If you saw my videos on the MX710s, I think they were, same kind of way to open the lamp door. Just pops open, and then there's this cover. Now I like to store the screw in the threads of the door like this, so it doesn't get lost. Then let's get the lamp out. Now this just has one screw. This looks like it might be an OEM from BenQ. Sure is. Well used though. Well used. I don't know if you guys can see down in there in the arc tube, but there's some white deposits on the inside on this side, which would be facing down. So this is probably no good. It's a PVIP 240E 20.9, a little bit larger reflector. Then you got a screw here to take out. And then we'll get the bottom screws. That should be all of the screws. Get that lens out of the way. Yeah, that should do it. Now I should be able to get the top moving. Just gotta get it started. And remember, there's no keyboard in this model. The buttons are mounted to the main board. There we are. There's the inside. Doesn't look bad. Can't see inside the fan yet, but so far everything looks reasonable. No jammed fans over there. We did have an infrared thingy come off. Looks like you had that bent out of the way. That's all right. We can deal with that. See, this really doesn't need to come off. But somebody started it. Oh, I see. Yeah, some clips got snapped, but not a big deal. That won't affect the operation. That's the color wheel. Let's see what he had going on here. I want to take it out. This whole thing's got to come loose. That screw didn't make it back in. And let's just unplug stuff. Color wheel sensor, fan, ballast control, fan. Oh, and it's missing the those guys. Yeah. All right. I mean, I'll be able to get this all back together, of course, for him. Yeah, that wasn't in the right spot either. That's got to be on the outside. No problem. I mean, you're not gonna get these perfect each time, especially if you don't work on them regularly. Heck, I even make mistakes. There's the main board. Let's set that up out of the way. And now we're down to the power area. This tray needs to come out. Alright, that fan looks okay. I was worried about that. That fan's a little dirty, but not that bad. This is where I want to get to, because this needs to be installed straight, or that color wheel won't work right. There we are. That's the last one. Now this whole thing should come up and out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's look at this. It looks okay. Alright, so it's blue, green, red, blue, green, red. So it's blue, green, and red. Well, there's the old one. There's a new one. They do match up. I also want to make sure nothing in here slipped inside the integrator. Shine my flashlight in there. That looks good. What I'm doing is I'm looking in here and I can see the whole DLP chip lit up. So everything in here is alright. I'm going to leave the new one on for now. Let's see what happens with it. Now normally I'd start one of these up first to check it, but I wanted to make sure the color wheel was in good shape first. Make sure it wasn't going to rub on anything or hit something. Nice. Make sure that plastic shield is down. That looks good. Just wanted to check all that. That looks okay. Power to the ballast, control to the ballast, temperature, sensor, all that, the fan. All right. See, this screw is important. I'm gonna have to put that in to find one. But let's look at the main board too, because the capacitors down there all looked good. So there still might be some electrical problems, but everything on here looks okay. Let's reinstall the main board and see what it does. In fact, I think I'll grab another lamp, or at least a bulb. Then this is I need to have the actual cover on, but I am going to put a screw in here just to hold that main board down so it doesn't loosen up from the connector for the main board. And then we'll put another one in the back corner. Now I'm happy with attempting to run this. Alright, let me get it set up. You know what, I'm taking this out until I fix it. Alright, I don't know if this one's any good. This is the original. In fact, I better mark it. This one's got some use on it, but it's not too bad. So I'll use it for testing. Alright. Power cord and switch bypass. There we are. Some tools out of the way. Let's see what happens. That color wheel's chattering. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's trying to spin, but it can't. I wonder if they ended up with the wrong color wheel. Wouldn't be the first time I've heard of that. I'm probably going to put the old one back in. Alright. Let's see. Let me get some light down there. Alright, there it is. Ready? Not a lamp light, and that I think they got the wrong color wheel. let's plug in the old one. Let's plug in the old one. Now there's no sensor, so it will not run right. But we still should see it spin up. Just hold it. Good. Now we'll do it the other way. That's a good sign. I'm going to put this one back in. And I'm going to pause the camera here because you've seen me take these apart. So I have the old color wheel ready to go back in, but I wanted to see if they were indeed different. So I have my meter set to ohms, and let's start with the original first. We're going to check across from the first pin to the last pin. We're getting 3 ohms, first pin to third pin, 6 ohms, roughly 5.7. From pin 1 to pin 2, again about 5.7. So then from pin 4 to pin 3, 3 ohms. Pin 4 to pin 2, 3 ohms. And then pin 2 to pin 3, also about 6 ohms. So that's probably about a 3 ohm coil. So it's putting about 3 to 6 ohms load on the motor. So let's see what the new one is. So we'll go again from pin 1 to pin 4. 4.3. Interesting. Pin 1 to pin 3, 8 ohms instead of 6. 2 to 3, 6, and 3 to 4, 4 point something. So this is putting a different load on the motor drive, which is probably why it was acting so strange. So I will roll this up so they can send it back and hopefully get their money back. Just wrap it up like that, because it's good, just not for this projector. I really don't know how much of a difference 1 to 2 ohms will make, but I know it can make a big difference. So I'm going to put this back in now. 1, 2, 3. Now we're back ready to test it. Before I tuck all that back in there, I want to make sure everything's working. I may need to grab another lamp. I'm not sure if that one's too far gone or not. Light on that color wheel down there. There it is. This area is getting very warm. If there was a power surge and one of these regulators went bad, input, output, input, output. Let me flip this over. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was blue side up, so I started with the wrong way. before I turn it on, or actually no, I'll turn it on and then we'll see if what the voltages are here. But first things first, I just want to get it back to square one, I guess you could say. Yeah, this inductor's getting really warm. See, input 2 volts. Ooh, that thing's getting real hot. There we go. Yeah, everything's really warm over there. Let's see something. This all might be electrical. So I haven't tried turning it on yet. Let's check all our voltages. Input nothing, input nothing, input nothing, nothing, nothing. Make sure I'm getting a good ground. Let's check the main power coming in. 3.2, 3.2, 0, 0, 12, well, it's 14 point something, 14 point something. 0, 14 point something, 0, 0, 0, 0. I don't, there's supposed to be 5 in here anywhere, because I am just getting 3.2 and 14. You know, first things first. We're going to see if any of these are ground, and then we'll see if they're supposed to have voltage or not. 11K, some megs. Alright, let me mark the grounds. I'm going to mark the grounds. So it should be these 4. Ground, 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 ground. Let's see. Voltage, ground, ground, voltage, voltage. So. Alright, so let's get the power back to it. Let's see. Three 3.2. 14, 0. That may be something that reports back. 0, 14. I wonder if these are supposed to be 5. They might come on once the power's turned on, so I'm going to go on there. See what we get. Nothing. 3.2, nothing. 2.9, 3.4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So is that this one? Nothing. So we got nothing coming in here. Alright. I'm going to have to investigate that power supply some more.